Congress representatives of the state of Ohio, we come together on this day to discuss the brutality that children face when they become wards of the state, the difficulties that they are bombarded with when they are suddenly without parents, and the challenges they face when they're placed in a cruel and inhumane environment, foster homes. When a child is removed from their biological parents, adoptive parents, or legal guardians, they're placed in the foster care system. The foster care system is flawed due to the fact that the children are not properly taken care for and are usually maltreated in more than one way. Children that are placed in the foster care system are usually neglected and both physically and mentally abused. According to childrensrights.org, last year in the United States, approximately 4 million reports of child abuse in foster care systems were reported. 4 million cases. That's approximately 863,000 children who were abused in the foster care system, a place where they're supposed to be protected from the outside world, but instead are introduced to a realm of torment.
Most of America's foster care systems are extremely broken, and children can suffer serious harm because of this. Some, like Antoine Quentin Fisher, are stuck in one home that abuses them instead of caring for them. Others are moved from one home to another, never really having the opportunity to settle and enjoy their childhood. According to the reputable Children's Rights website, currently there are approximately 428,000 children that are living in the foster care system. Out of these 428,000 children, there are 45% that become homeless within 1 year. They are deprived of a loving family, they are deprived of a childhood, and they are deprived of the feeling of ever being wanted. Additionally, the website stated that 75% of these children suffer from neglect, 17% of these children suffer from physical abuse, and 8% of these children suffer from sexual abuse. When Antoine Fisher was just 3 years old, he was molested, and continuously he was physically and mentally abused by his foster mother, leaving scars on both the outside and the inside. There are other examples of children who went through similar situations. Marilyn Monroe was passed from one home to another, being sexually abused by the men she encountered. Another case would be that of Angelica Rose Clary, a 3-month-old girl who died of neglect from her foster parents. Many of the foster care children either become homeless, turn to the dark world of criminality for security, or face death without ever having even been adored. Some, like Fisher and Monroe, actually get to experience success, but it is very rare. These children suffered from beatings and verbal offenses. They suffered from sexual abuse. They suffered from never having the experience of being loved by a family. And most of all, they suffered from loneliness, from feeling unwanted. And they should suffer no more.
The foster care system is a place that is heavily shrouded by a great sense of solitude. It is a place where feelings of worthlessness are galvanized and independence is limited. Unfortunately, the darkness that looms over foster homes is often overlooked and ignored. Though it is presumed to be a safe haven for the troubled and orphaned youth who are searching for a place in the world and whose tacit hopes are extinguished, the interconnected network that is foster care has shown to be even more dangerous than the outside, where even streets are dimly lit. The goals for a child in the foster care program is to be reunified with their family, to be provided with a nurturing, wholesome environment, and to be shielded, not surrendered, to the dark realities of the world. Most of the times, however, these expectations are not met. Instead, they are disregarded by those whose hands overflow with authoritative power and possess the propensity to abuse it. Traces of who they are and their identities are eradicated and replaced with the lonely tone of word of the state. For this reason, we, as a conjoined society, community, and family, must heed the sound of the kids who yell for a better guidance, a better home, and a better life. We must act in accordance to our values, together, and respond to the calls traveling in our direction, not run away from them. Just as our ancestors sang, "We shall overcome," in loud, booming voices, we must truly trounce the obstacles embedded within our foster care systems and entrench a real form of security for the children who define our future. Let us, hand in hand, adjust the laws and regulations of this land to enrich the living conditions of these foster institutions. Let us, hand in hand, expand the training of our caseworkers, and support their development as figures who seek to enhance the organization for which they work for. Let us hand in hand foster the idea of affection in the minds of these children, imparting them with a sense of warmth and comfort while evicting those nagging feelings of neglect. Finally, let us, hand in hand, protect our children by steering them past the impediments and mending the imperfections of our foster care systems, ensuring the prosperity of our future generations.